Control Shift T, yes. One more terminal, Control Shift T, right? So here Pyspark.
I have a question here. Once you connect it to Pyspark, when you run and so actually what will happen here?
Hold on. Yes. Whenever we say Pyspark, yes.
No. That is fine. After you run just you ran one and command, right? So what will happen? Like
start-yarn.sh, this one.
yeah.
Start-DFS means storage components like name node, data node, secondary name node will, and here processing components, resource manager and node manager. Processing components, right? Resource manager and node manager. We are starting resource manager and node manager. Resource manager will be at the master level. Node manager will be at the slave level, right? Both they will be start running.
So these two are mandatory if you want to connect to Pyspark.
Yes, processing, right? Processing related. Both are processing related.
Okay. So when we connected in Jupyter, so that time we did not use these commands, right? And we connected directly to Pyspark, right?
So now in the real time, we are going to run everything in this Linux environment, right? Even within that Linux, we can install Jupyter Notebook and we can work on that. So where all the services will be running, right? So in the Linux, right, we can install all this even Jupyter Notebook installation on this Linux environment and opening the Jupyter Notebook and writing that code. Yes.
Okay, so it means whenever if you want to connect to Hadoop related, then yarn is required. If we don't want to connect Hadoop and we can connect like Pyspark, like in Python or these kind of things, is yarn is not required, right? Yarn means like Hadoop.
Yarn is required. Totally, your processing is going to be on yarn, right? Total processing is going to happen on yarn. Yes. The so whenever you are maintaining a cluster, right? Whenever you are maintaining a cluster, so master and slaves, right? So everything happens within the yarn.
Okay, so it means
But in just you are creating data frames, right? In Pyspark, you can just it is showing right how installation of Pyspark and Pyspark related coding. So Pyspark is just for see the Spark is for processing. Spark is for processing, right? But if you see Hadoop, we can perform storage in HDFS. HDFS kind of storage, right? We go for this Hadoop. And for storage HDFS and for processing Spark. Combinedly both are used, right?
okay, so it means if we are using Hadoop and Pyspark, then yarn is required. But if we don't want to use Hadoop, like Pyspark, we can use it in any other also, right? Other than Hadoop. So in that
Other than Hadoop also, yes, Pyspark can be used, right? In
that
cloud,
time yarn is not required, right?
yarn is not required. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
So here in the last class, we were discussing different so different APIs: filter, collect, describe, order by, sort. I was discussing about this order by and sort in the last class. Distinct.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. So in the Visual Studio also, we can run Pyspark or
Yes.
Python, everything on Visual Studio. I think in there also yarn is not required. I think,
So
right?
in VS Code you can run, in PyCharm you can run, in Jupyter you can run all these things, right? In PyCharm also you can execute this. In VS Code you can, and another thing is like a spider ID you can run. All these IDs you can run, right? these codes in PyCharm codes. Okay, in the coming session, I'll show you on PyCharm, right? On PyCharm, how we can write, how we can configure, right? Yes. You can also run on Spider ID, and as you said in VS Code, also you can run these things. Yes, returns a new data frame containing distinct rows. Order by sort. Hmm. So first, what I did for creating a first HDFS localhost Pyspark emp1.txt. Indentation error. So after, so here I'm splitting it. Why I'm splitting? Because they are everything as one record. So if I split, you will get list within lists. List within list you are going to get. R2 is one more. R2 is one more. Yes, R2 dot collect. After R2, next each element to be converted to into row type to create a data frame, creating a row object. Next, finally creating a data frame. Spark dot create a data frame, right? Yes. Spark dot create a data frame. The global variable name row is not defined.
We need to import row, right?
Yeah, we need to import row. So here I used a row, right? Converting everything to row object. A row of each element to be converted into row type, each object to be converted to row type. Is my voice clear to all, right? Everyone, try to confirm.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
So what is that import statement for this row? 1 second. Control L. First statement is R1. Next R2. But before you go with R3, right? Yes.
From Pyspark.sql, import row.
From Pyspark.sql, import row. From Pyspark.sql, import raw object. Next R3. Next Spark.create a data frame. Okay. Df.show. Data frame is created, right? Yes. EAD name, salary, sex, department number. Now, the last select expr filter, collect columns, print schema, describe, distinct, order by, sort. Yes. If I want to drop anything, right, we have got to drop. Drops a particular column, drops a particular column. Observe this is the data frame. E-name, EAD, salary, sex, department number. Df data frame dot drop, data frame dot drop. Which column name, right? Department number, data frame dot drop, department number column. Store it in a new data frame. df5 equal to df5 equal to df dot drop department number. df5 dot show. ED is there, rename is there, salary is 6. So only this department number is dropped. Transformation on a data frame gives a data frame, right? Yes. Transformation on a data frame gives a data frame. We can also drop multiple columns. We can also drop multiple columns at a time. We can also drop multiple columns at a time. df dot drop department number comma 6. df6. df6 dot show. Just 1 second. One second.
Here, do we have the concept of unique key primary?
df dot drop department. Okay, multiple columns, right? Both the columns got removed. Yes. Okay. Drop duplicates. Drops duplicates based on multiple columns. It drops duplicates based on multiple columns. Okay. For example, drop duplicates based on, for example, if you see this 11M, mhm, 11M, 12M, 11M, 12M. For example, in department 11, think that 11 males, there are 10 members, 10 males are there. 11 male, 11 male, 11 male, 11 male, right? So here, if you based on department number and sex, if you drop duplicates, right? So all the duplicates, only one, you will see 11M. Once df7 equal to df dot drop duplicates, d in uppercase, drop duplicates based on drop duplicates means, for example, city field is there. Assume there is a city field, Hyderabad and gender. Hyderabad H, Hyderabad, and there in Hyderabad city there are 10 males are there. So if I apply this drop duplicates on the city, comma, gender, all that Hyderabad, how many male employees are there? All that it will remove into one. Product, for example, city and product is there. City and product. City and product. City, Hyderabad. Product, LG product. So in this way, Hyderabad, many are there. Hyderabad, LG. So in this way, drop duplicates means it will only, you will get one. So in this way, duplicates. df dot drop duplicates. So here we have didn't take, we have got only small data, right? So we won't see the result here based on department number and sex. You won't see because there are no duplicates available here. df7 dot show. These are stages. So what do you mean by stages and tasks? I'll be discussing of this data frame here. For example, 11M, 11M. Next, first.
Here, here if you want like, distinct, right? So we, distinct also can we use like instead of duplicates,
Distinct on what?
distinct on like a department number.
So dropper, okay, distinct on, yes.
Instead of duplicates, if can we use distinct?
So yeah, distinct.
Okay.
Distinct in order by df6 data frame dot distinct means distinct rows you will get.
Okay, got it.
So this distinct will be department number wise or all column wise.
See here, I just extracted, for example, where is distinct? See here, distinct means it can be applied on a, okay, data frame dot distinct 11 12 11 12 13 are there. So 11 11 repeated, 12 12 repeated. So if I say data frame dot distinct means the rows 11 12 13 you will get. Even for example, there is one employee Ajay. He has been repeated for 4 times. He has been repeated for 4 times, right? EID, name, sal, everything got repeated for 4 times. So those kind of things, it will remove the duplicates. Row wise it removes. Returns the first row in the data frame. Control F. df dot first.
Hello, sir. Can you show the output of the previous command?
df dot first. Yeah. EID 101, E name, salary, sex department, data, first row. The first row it is going to display. Previous output of which one?
Previous one is like just before one, 15 month.
Drop duplicates this one.
Yes, in the console. I think.
Okay. This is the output you want.
But I can still see that 3 mail is still there. It should be 1 mail, right? 1 M, right?
11M only one is there. 11M only one is there, right?
Okay, so different. Okay, fine.
If there
Okay,
are
okay,
if there are
understood.
4 11 mails, 11Ms 4 are there, to remove all those. Only one will be our.
So it means it should
Okay.
satisfy both the conditions, the D name and sex, right?
Yeah, department number and sex. In that, if they are got in department 11, if there are 10 mails, to remove all the 10, only one it will be. In department 12, if you have got 10 mails, you'll remove all that, only one it keeps. Means here.
What could be the real use, real use of this? I did not understand.
Mm, okay. For example, not only this, sir. I mean, here we have taken only 2 fields. Drop duplicates based on these 5 fields. On these 5 fields, you can give EID, name, salary, sex, department number. On a, okay, multiple columns if you give, right? So if any person is repeated, for example, the same thing is repeated for multiple times. So 5 times it is repeated, that it will be removed. Or if you talk about drop duplicates means, okay, duplicate rows if you want to remove based on that columns, you can remove it based on 2 columns, 3 columns, any number of columns you can. That's it. See, if you doesn't want, for example, just now I discussed what city, Hyderabad city, LG product. There are 10, Hyderabad city LG products are 10 are there. I doesn't want 10, only one. Choose one sample from it. Choosing one sample. From 12 female, one sample. 11 female, one sample. 13 male, one sample. I want only one sample from each. 12 females, I doesn't want 10 samples. 11 females also, I doesn't want 10 samples are there, right? Only one I want. From each one, I want one. Remaining all you remove it. Observe here. df dot rtd dot get num partitions. df.rtd dot get num partitions. Only one partition. On get num partitions is an functionality of RTD, right? So first data frame to RTD dot get num partitions.
So df dot first is there, and df dot second is also there. Df dot first means first row it is coming. So df dot second is also there.
Only df dot first only.
Is there any df dot last
No,
or something?
no.
So the df dot rgg dot get num partitions is applied on the previous record, right? Previous row object, right? The one record is
df dot RTD means data frame to RTD conversion. On that RTD again get num partitions.
yeah. So the data this is applied on is just one record, right? df dot first.
df dot first means only the first row it is going to employee ID 101. Only the
Yes.
first
Can
record
you tell me on what data it is applied? The last 17. What data you applied?
this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Data frame is there, right? Your data frame. df dot show. This one. What is df? df is this data, your data frame name. The df I converted to RTD dot get num partitions. You can also convert a data frame to RTD by saying df.rtd.
And so number of partition one, it means like there is only one file or something, right?
Only one partition. Only one partition available. It's small data, right?
So what is RDD here? It's like, did you created this object RDD?
RDD is a built-in property. It's a built-in property. See here, if I want to convert a data frame to an RTD, df.rtd is that. df.rtd, see df.rtd means some RTD is created. RTD1 or some RTD is created. Data frame.rtd means RTD is created. On this RTD1, I'm applying, already in RTD1, you can apply get num partitions.
Yeah, that I know. Okay, can you write that one also? Converting
num
from data from to the RDD. Maybe this RDD seems to be like we have created the object. It's implicit object, right? RDD.
Okay.
So sir, this partition is like based on what? Is it based on a file or
Based on get num partitions means it is going to get the number of partitions. So
number
based
of
on the
partition based on what?
based on the data.
So there are only, I think, 5-6 record.
That's
So
why
based on what it is deciding that this is one partition.
see what is an RTD, right? RTD is going to be divided into multiple partitions. Multiple partitions are going to be discussed, that is distributed across multiple RAMs, right? But here your data is small, it's only one partition you have got.
So automatically it will take care of that, right? Right. So we just need to just give this command and it will give you number of partitions.
Number of partitions. If for anything, right, in RTD, if you use this command, it gives the number of partitions. While while creating RTD also, I said we can increase the partitions. We can decrease the partitions using coalesce function. Right? But before you
So
increase
manually we don't need to create a partition, right? Like we do in a Oracle.
no need to create partitions here. Automatically partitions gets created, but if you want to know how many partitions got created for your data, you use this command. But here your data is small data, it's only one partition created.
So like in Oracle, we have a range partition where we create based on a particular column. So
Here also, if you want to create how many number of partitions, we can also control the partitions while loading data and while creating. See here in the first step, here you can give, here we have seen, right? First example here creating an RTD. R1 is created. R1 dot got partitions, only one. But here next line, what I did, comma 2. Now we'll get 2 partitions.
yeah, so
While loading the data itself, right? When the RTD creation only, I can specify how many partitions you want also, that also we can.
suppose we have a millions of record here and we want to create a partition based on a department number. So
Partitions won't be created on based on columns. Based on rows, it will be created.
based on, sorry.
See here, not based on columns. For example, if you have got 2 partitions, 2 part files you will see. If you have got some 10 records, 5 records you will see in one partition and remaining 5 records in another partition. See, we have discussed about 1 second partitions, increasing or decreasing the partitions.
Yeah, that I am aware of.
So partitioning is based on not columns.
Is it possible to see the records like for first partition, these many records?
Yes. We can see, right? 1 second. This I showed you, right? So here, 2 partitions are created with part 00 is one file, part 0001 file. So if you've got a list of how many elements, 8 elements are there. 8 elements, I created 2 partitions. Get num partitions, how many? 2 partitions. For 2 partitions, 2 files will be created at the back end. It's part 00 and part 001. Whenever you open this part 00, 4 elements. And in part 001, 4 elements. So for 2 partitions, 2 part files. The 2 part files, the data, if you have got some 100 records, 50 records in one partitions, 50 records in another partitions. If 3 partitions, the data will be into 3 partitions. Rows, you will see the rows, not the column wise.
So it will not be show all the records. Okay.
You are into 2 partitions, right? They are divided into partitions.
Okay, so in the first partition, it's showing 50.
Yeah, the remaining you will see in the other partition.
Possible to show all the like for example, department number, name, salary, everything.
RTDs doesn't have schema. Okay. But okay.
So can you also write the note like R double D is the implicit object to converting the
Yes, in the next
data
example,
from yeah.
I'll be showing you more examples, data frame to RTD conversion. Next, I'll be getting more. And I think I discussed previously data frame to RTD.
No, I don't think so. We have discussed this. RDD to data frame we have discussed.
RTD to data frame, but data frame to RTD. Okay.
Okay, yeah. No, I don't think so.
You can mention there only where you mention the RDT to data frame conversion to RDT.
Okay.
RDT to data frame. There only you can put that.
So
Okay.
just add
Oh,
note,
one second,
data.
one second, one second. Converting a data frame to a RTD. See, you may ask why I need to convert a data frame to RTD means there are some things which you cannot perform through data frames that you can perform through RTDs. Like through data frames, through RTDs, you can perform if conditions. So if you want to perform some if conditions, right? Through RTDs, you can perform that. Data frame to RTD, and RTD, you can perform that if conditions. And again, convert that RTD to data frame back. Converting data frame to RTD. So the command, right? df dot RTD, df dot RTD, and here RTD1. RTD1 is that new RTD created. df dot RTD, here RTD, this is a property, built-in property, right? And what is this RTD? It's a built-in property, df dot RTD. How to convert a RTD to data frame, right? RTD dot to 2df. Okay. Data frame dot RTD dot get num partitions, right? Yes. One second. Replace. Replace, right? For example, if this is your data. Wherever M is there, I want MALE. Wherever F is there, I want FEMELE. I want a df dot replace. What you want to replace? M I want to replace. Similarly, F also I want to replace. M and F both I want to replace. MELE and FEMELE, right? Male and female, right? So replace M and F with MELE. Of which column? Of which column? What is the column name? Sex column. So here replacing M and F with this in the column name. Do one thing. Data frame dot replace M comma F male and female. Store it in a new data frame df2. df2 dot show. Wherever you see male, MMAL. Wherever you see F, FEMAL. Okay. For example, if any names are wrongly typed. For example, if any names are wrongly typed here, instead of getting one name, you got some different name, right? Yes, you can also go with that. df dot replace Miller, Blake, Miller and Blake. Just rename with different name. Ajay and but it's assume this Miller and Blake has left that organization. So it replace those two names with Ajay and Smith. Of which column? Employee name. For the same salary. Okay. Miller and Blake with Ajay and Smith. df2 dot show. You see Ajay and Smith.
Sir, this is only for the data frame object, right? Till this change will be in the data frame object.
A new data
But it
frame is
won't,
created.
yeah,
It is,
yeah,
a new data frame is created. The original data frame remains same.
yeah. But if the employee has got changed, we have changing the name. We have replaced the employee name, right?
So in
But
such case,
how it will
D,
be
D,
impacted in the original database?
df equal to df you say then. Instead of
Sorry.
instead of df2 give df only.
Is it even if I'll give a DF, it will be impacting the original database which the
One
employee
second.
data is stored?
1 second.
I think, yeah, it will reflect.
Okay. So here, previously in df, I got names as Miller and Blake. df2 is a new data. df equal to df. Now if you say df dot show, Ajay and
No,
Smith, no. Now df
that
is
I
now
understood, sir. But DF is an object, right? But original database of the company, will it be changed because of this data frame change?
the okay, whatever, okay, df dot show, right? You know, you got df. Previously, df was a separate data frame, df2 was a separate data frame. Then now we have got only one data frame here. There are no multiple data frames now. This is the final data frame of the templates list.
No, I think you have not understood my question actually, sir. What I'm saying, if organizations having the database like an employee table, I got a data from the employee table, and I created a data frame here of the employee table, and I've changed the employee name like Ajay, Sumit, so whatever that. How it could be reflected to the original database? Again, I have to save in the employee table, right? How it could be reflected? This is a object. This is a changes available up to the data frame only, right?
You're not performing any online operations right here. From database directly we are taking.
No, we have no only from the database we are taking actually. That's it.
You mean to say if any changes happening in the database level, it has to reflect?
Yes, yes, that is my meaning of that. Yeah.
From where you are getting this data from?
Original database, right? Like we have creating the data frame from the database, right? Employee table, we have imported the employee table, and then we are creating the data frame
From HDFS.
from HDFS. Yeah,
From HDFS. From
yeah,
HDFS, we are storing it and we are just not from database. Even from multiple using scoop component, you will just do that, right? Using scoop, you will pull the data.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Reading data from MySQL database and creating a data frame, right? Here also, okay, this data frame is there, right? Later I'll be discussing about this, right? This topic with the database interaction. Now, up to now, I didn't discuss about the database interaction, right? From HDFS, I have taken the data, but not from the database. Up to now, whatever data I have taken is from HDFS. So if you want to write data to a particular, see here. So what is that? If you want to reading data from MySQL database and creating a data frame. If you want to create a data frame reading, and also if you want to write saving the data frame to MySQL table, writing a data frame to a MySQL table. So df dot whatever the df or df1 or df2. Observe here, whatever the df data frame name, that you will select that with that schema, right format. Okay, you will provide all that database table name, emp2 is the database table, and the username and password, everything you will provide, and the dot save. Next, if you go and check, right, the emp2 table with that whatever data frame, right, that will be. In this data frame, whatever the data frame name is there, that only will be saved. Hello.
Okay, okay. So I understood. So that will be discussed later. Okay, fine.
Understanding?
So we have to, yeah, we have to import from the database, and then again we have to write back to the database,
Yes,
correct?
how to
Okay.
read from a database. Again, if writing to a database means in the df, whatever names are there, that only will be written. Same, this is like a database table will be created. Same, this data frame
Okay.
is there for this database data frame. A database table will be created the same, right?
Okay. Database table will be created or it will be updated because we have.
A new database table is going to be created.
Okay, so the existing table it won't be impacted in it, right?
So it means
New table.
once we done the changes in that DF, so then after that also we need to import again to.
Directly data frame, right? Again, you need to write and save it. The total data frame, whatever modifications, changes you did in the data frame, you will save it, and a new table will be created with what name? This name. If already table is existing with this name, remove it, drop it, and create a new table with this emp2 with this.
So is there not possible to be update the same table with the new record?
So
Like EMP to, yeah.
first read the data from the database table.
Yeah. If I read the data from the
See,
database table like a imply one.
use Spark or Pyspark, right? Directly without any scoop component, we can read from a database and create a data
Exactly.
frame. After data frame, using this data frame operations, you can modify, you can change, you can add, remove all this, whatever you perform right up to now, sorting all this. Then modify the data frame. Finally, you will get a data frame, right? A transformation on a data frame, use data frame. Finally, which data frame you want to save in the database, that data frame. Save it. While saving, you need to give some name, table name. Right? Means a table is going to get created. We cannot directly go and modify the database table, not possible. You are not creating any web,
Okay.
you are not creating any web application here.
So always it will be create a new table, right?
Yes, we are not performing any wild, that is web applications, right? So directly data frame, you will write it, read it, a new data frame. That data from the data frame, a table gets created.
Okay.
Take that input, database table as input. After a data frame gets created, the data frame creates, you modify it. After modifying, again, you will write it into a database table with some name, table name. Right?
Understood.
So yes, current topic. Replace method, right? 1 second.
session is going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Replace method, right? Replacing a name, right? And to change schema, I want to change the column names. Yes, for example. mm, to change the schema or the column names. For example, you got EID is there. Instead of EID, I want E code. Instead of salary, I want income. To change schema or the column names, EID to E code, salary to income, sex to gender. EID to E code, salary to income, sex to gender. I want these names, right? So how can I change these names to a data frame? If you want a new data frame or if you want the old data frame, I want a new data frame, right? In that df dot, again 2df only, 2df, df in uppercase, df in uppercase, right? EID first to E code, E name as it is. E code, E name, income, E code, E name, income, gender. Okay. One more. What is it? 1, 2, 3. Department number, right? Series E code, E name. Sorry. If you provide that order, right? Department number, EID. Okay, you need to go in this order. You need to go in this order. First, what is the order of this data frame? to data frame department number. Next, EID means E code. Instead of EID, go with E code. So we need to go as per this, not our order, right? This how this data frame or columns alphabetical order, right? Next D E code, E name as it is, E name as it is. Next, salary instead of salary, income. You can say like income. Gender. Last one is gender. Department number, E code, E name, instead of salary, it's income. Next, gender. Close it. Say enter. Now say df2 dot show. df2 dot show. Department number, employee code, employee name, income, gender.
So is it mandatory to give all the column name here, or maybe I wanted to change only 4 column? Is it possible, right?
It is once again, repeat your query.
Is it possible to give less than 5 column here? Like here, I wanted to check only department number and E code actually.
No, you
So
need
that
to
is also possible.
you need to give that column names, right? This data frame already has got how many? 5 columns, right? The 5
So
columns
5 we have to.
we need to compulsory give.
Okay. Okay.
So if you want
If
to
yeah, change only
rename
2.
only,
Then
So data frame converted to data frame only, but a new data frame should have these column names. The old data frame columns, right? To DF. And again converted to data frame only, but with these column names. Previously, they have got some different names. Okay.
There is no in place change of data from the DF.
So if you want to change a particular column, if you want to change, you can also change a particular column also. Here in this case, total columns has to. Now, if you want to change a particular column, then we have got a separate functionality for it. Like observe this. There is a functionality right with column renamed. With the column renamed or C capital, R capital. If you want with column renamed, what is that existing? What is the existing column with a new column, right? With existing column with column renamed. Renaming a particular column. renaming, okay. For example, df dot with the column renamed, with the column renamed. df dot with the column renamed, with what name? Employee name. E name is there, right? E name is there. I want like EMP name. I want like EMP name. So df dot with the column renamed, with E name to EMP name dot show. So EMP to EMP name, right? You want a particular, but if you want the total schema of that, if you want to change, previously we said, right, in that way, df dot to df, well, what you want to change. Yes. I want to add a new column. I want to add a new column, right? Yes. Next, with column also we have got with the column. With the column means adding a new column. Adding a new column. Adding a new column means, for example, I want to add a new column, tax column. I want to add a new column, tax. Data frame dot with the column, C in uppercase, with the column. What is the new column? Tax. Df dot, okay. Df dot sal. Data frame dot sal. Minus df dot sal. Point 10. 10%. 10% means from salary, 10% you deduct. From the salary, 10% of the salary deduct, dot show. Mm, what is that value? DF dot salary. From that salary, it is deducting 10,000 salary into 10% means salary into 0.10. Okay. Just don't give all this. DF in taper salary. This is enough. 0.10 dot show.
If I need to add another column as net salary, right? Within the same statement, can I add, or I need to do it with a separate another with column statement separate?
DF2 you can create. DF2. DF2 dot
have
show.
created DF2 already, then we will get an error, right? Or it
Why?
will override.
DF
Suppose if
dot
we
show.
have
Now
a
you
DF2 already.
will overwrite. Now tax value is 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4, 5. Now again, if you want net salary, a new column net sal, NET, SAL. Now you apply DF2 dot, DF2 dot with column net sal. What is that? Net salary. Sal minus tax. Sal minus tax. Sal is not defined. DF dot
We
sal.
need to df2 dot sal.
Yes. DF2 dot sal minus DF2 dot tax. Net salary, right? Yes. So it's adding a new column. Sal minus tax, right? Net sal. Okay, so what is that? With column renamed. So changing the schema, replace already partitions, first drop duplicates, drop, sort, order by, select, describe, print schema, columns, count, collect, filter. And we have got like groupings and for groupings and aggregations also we can do, right? By using this data frames, like group by functionality is there. Group by functionality and aggregations, different types of aggregations we want to perform. Different types of aggregations also we can perform, right? Min, max, and also like how to perform like pure SQL kind of querying. How to perform pure SQL kind of querying, right? That also we can perform. How to convert this data frame into temp table, and from the temp table, how to perform like pure SQL kind of querying, right? Yes.
This data frame can be converted into a table, right?
Into temp table we will convert. On that you can perform pure SQL statements. Any varied
But,
SQL
for
statements
that,
can.
we will have to connect to the database, right?
No, data frame to temp table, and the temp table you can perform querying. No need to connect to the database there.
So where the temp table will be stored?
On this kind of data frame, now here I cannot perform any kind of querying. So if you perform any kind of querying also, the result is also a data frame. Okay. For example, if you perform any SQL query on a data frame, the result whatever you get is also a data frame. Data frame object here, Spark objects, all this, not database objects.
Here, this DF2 data, it is stored in HDFS, right? Whatever you showing here on the screen, this data is also stored somewhere, right?
So just like RTD, right? So here, if you want to save this data frame on HDFS also, we need to save it explicitly. RTD also, RTD save as text file. Okay.
So if we don't save, then it will not be stored anywhere.
Yes. Once you close the session, everything will be gone. Okay. So more number of transformations that we'll discuss in the tomorrow's class. How to perform pure like grouping operations, join operations using this data frame.
So, sir, like mostly like in Hive or Impala, it is not recommended to perform DML operation, right? And here in PySpark, like mostly, is it recommended or is it used to perform DML operations? Suppose we need to perform heavily update or delete or insert statement, and
Okay, in Hive we cannot perform, right? In Hive, because Hive data is stored in HDFS, right?
Right.
Hive backend, everything that stored in HDFS. But here we can perform any kind of SQL querying.
we can even update, delete, and insert, right?
Anything you can perform.
Okay.
Okay. So more examples we'll discuss in tomorrow. I'll forward the notes.
Do we have Python class, Vijay, today?
9 p.m. one?
Yeah.
Yes.